We're finally on to the championship of our bracket, where the fans decide who has the best offense in the NFL. The Detroit Lions advanced to the championship in an upset over the Green Bay Packers, but who will they face? Let's take a look at the results from that last matchup. It was the New Orleans Saints against the New England Patriots, and most of the comments on our YouTube page contain the phrase, "Who dat?" The New Orleans Saints advanced to the championship. Who has the better offense, the Lions or the Saints? PFW publisher Hub Arkush and senior producer Adam Manshell go in the trenches one last time to battle it out.
Well, Adam, welcome to the trenches. Our senior editor and producer, Adam Manshell, steps in for Eric at home, who's on his honeymoon with Heidi. We congratulate them both. And Adam, a funny thing happened on the way to the finals. We have a lot of great Detroit Lions fans, and obviously they've been voting early and voting often. I think the ballot box got stuffed a little bit, but the bottom line is the Lions are in the finals right now with the New Orleans Saints, who defeated the New England Patriots, and being the kind soul that you are, you decided you're going to take on the challenge of the Lions.
I agree that it doesn't, on paper initially, it doesn't look like the Lions really belong in this conversation. And sure, the Lions fans, maybe we have a lot of Lions fans that enjoy Pro Football Weekly, so thank you to them. But I think there's other people also voting for the Lions, and the reason is they're voting on the promise of what's to come. Matt Stafford, last year was basically his first year being healthy. He throws for 5,000 yards at age 23, something only Dan Marino had done that young before. So you figure if he has room to grow, that offense is just going to continue to grow. He's got Calvin Johnson. That's not going away. He's the best receiver in the league. They have the weapons there. That's why they beat the Packers, and because of vocal Lions fans, they obviously have the support behind them. But I also like them going against the Saints team that has a lot of question marks.
Well, you know, certainly they've got some of the talent to get there. I don't think there's any chance they'll be the best offense in the league in the year coming up because of the imbalance they have between the passing game and the running game. And, you know, the Lions are one of the worst running football teams in the NFL. They were 29th, and nothing's happened during the offseason to suggest they're going to be better. We don't know if Javid Best is even going to be able to play on a regular basis. Mikel Leshore was drafted very high in 2011, had off-the-field legal problems during the offseason. The Saints are 6th in the NFL in rushing, and so they're better throwing the ball, and it's not even a contest running the football. I don't see how anybody's going to give an edge to the Lions.
Yeah, no questioning the Saints' offense is obviously very good. It's easy to look at those numbers. I mean, the numbers are outrageous. Drew Brees with a record-breaking season, but I'm worried that they peaked. You know, we saw the best of what they can possibly be. I don't know that we have seen that yet from the Lions, and the running game was awful. I mean, we know that Kevin Smith came in and had one great game for him. Mikel Leshore was hurt before he ever got started. But they drafted him very high and were very high on him at the time. They expected him to be that kind of every down back with Javid Best helping out a little bit. Well, now Javid Best, obviously injuries to him too. So you don't know what you're getting, but the talent is there. Those two guys are talented. They add Riley Reiff to the offensive line. I mean, I think that, again, it's on promise, and that's what this whole Lions offense is based off, and really this whole argument is based off, is looking ahead to next year and in future years. If you had an offense right now, they have the weapons there, even with the run game, to put it to anyone.
Well, there's no question that people must be looking forward to have the Lions have gotten this far. And I've argued both sides with the Saints and against them as we've gone through the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and now here in the finals. People will say statistics lie. But let's just talk for a minute about how dominant statistically the Saints are. They were 2nd in the league in scoring, 1st in offense, 1st in passing. And let's get to some of the really interesting numbers. 3rd down efficiency, total first downs, average gain per offensive play. 1st in every category, and I don't see why they're not going to be just as good this year. They did lose Robert Meacham, but Jimmy Graham is still improving at tight end, and I just don't know that the Lions have done enough talent-wise, personnel-wise, to now make the leap over the Saints.
The question for the Saints isn't, were they good in 2011? Because that question has been answered. They were great. But going to this year, all the question marks around Sean Payton's gone. We know he's not there. Joe Vitt's not there. Drew Brees isn't there right now. Now he's going to be there. We realize that. But at what point does he get in there? How important is the offseason without building that chemistry? He was given a lot of credit last year during the lockout for getting his guys together, getting these passing camps together, the chemistry that he built, being a leader. Well, he's not there now. What is that going to do to continuity and chemistry?
Well, it's a concern. There's no question about it, but here's the bottom line. I think we all believe, and this argument is predicated on the fact that Drew Brees will be there when the regular season starts. And
But will he be as good as last year? Well, can he ever be as good as last year?
He's been pretty close over the last 3 or 4 years. He was just a little bit better last year than the year before and the year before that. But also Pete Carmichael, the offensive coordinator, he is going to be there all season. He's the guy who called plays almost all last year. So I just think in this matchup, you got to love the Saints. Obviously, we're dying to see how our readers are going to vote. We're going to tell them how. Mark will tell them how in just a moment, how they can, cast their opinion. I wish the Lions the best of luck, but I hope that we get some objective balloting in this one.
We'll just have to see.
It all comes down to this. It's the last chance for you to have your voice heard. Who has the better offense, Lions or Saints? We know you Lions fans have figured out how to vote en masse, but is anybody going to back up the Saints in this one and let them be crowned the champion? Be sure to cast your vote in the comments section on YouTube or send us your vote via Twitter. You can participate in the polls at ProFootballWeekly.com or at Facebook.com/ProFootballWeekly.